Hi, ladies. Ready to look hot and feel great over 40? Welcome to Sexy Boss Slimdown with me, Heather Havenwood. Brought to you by e2lab.com. Detox your body, rebalance your life. Hi, everyone. This is Heather Havenwood with Sexy Boss Slimdown. And we are in, I'm not sure what week we're in. I think we're on week 11 at this point. Well, the whole point of this show, this podcast, is about my experience of working with an amazing trainer, Linda Stevens, on the line. Linda.
Hello.
So Linda Stevens, you can check her out at lindastevens.com. You can check me out at heatherhavenwood.com. But it's my entire process of working with her over a period of time of basically dieting down for a figure show, which is an NPC show. We've talked about in other podcasts. You're welcome to listen to it. But today we're going to talk about something I think that a lot of women, the cool thing about this whole show while we're doing it is for you guys to see behind the scenes of what it really takes to get on stage, to diet down, to really go to another level in your fitness, right? So the first thing we're going to talk about today is a couple things, three things. One, how to keep motivated when life throws you cherries, and that'd be nice.
Or lemons.
You
either end up in the pits or you make lemonade.
Or crap, whichever one you want to say. So how to keep motivated in your fitness when life throws you a bunch of lemons. And then my new diet changes that we are now involved because I've been losing and then I kind of plateau. And then we're going to talk about plateauing. Why do women plateau? How do you move that down? How do you shift that? And we're really going to lean on Linda on that because this is her world. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. All right. Let's start with how to keep motivated when life throws you cherries.
Well, let's start also too with you have had weight loss success. So where are we at right now?
Okay. So Monday, that's 6 days ago, I'm at 153. That was my last time.
Excellent.
And I'm doing Mondays, or early morning Mondays,
perfect.
Naked. That's another thing. Naked, Just go booty, butt, nothing, no socks, nothing, just on the scale. At the same time, before you eat, or after you pee, that's kind of what I've learned from you. Same time, I'm doing it on Mondays. So
good, perfect.
I traveled this week. I'm curious how it's going to go, but I did drop. I'm at 153.
Excellent.
I feel good. My stomach feels flat. I'm starting to wear the cincher thing. I'm wearing that. I feel a little puffy. I traveled there.
Could be from traveling.
Yeah, I feel a little puffy.
That's right.
I tried to eat really well. I didn't get iconic foods. I actually brought turkey and broccoli there. I actually flew it there myself and then ate it in the fridge, which is, I ate it cold. I thought of you because I'm sitting there on the plane. I knew I had to eat and I'm eating cold broccoli and turkey. And it was like,
yum.
But
contest prep at its finest.
And I'm sitting there in the airplane for my 3-hour flight. Like, no, I don't want that Baileys and coffee. No.
I know.
I'm going to have my turkey and broccoli.
That's right. That's when you know you're hardcore, baby.
I'm hardcore, man. I'm like,
you are, man. You are hardcore.
I am. I didn't go out to eat. I mean, it's like when you're traveling, you want to explore the city, and I just like I'm ready. I'm ready for this. So, I want to share with you a little bit behind the scenes what's going on. I'm going through a personal breakup, so I'm no longer engaged, and so it's been a very troubling 2-3 weeks. So a lot of stress. And I remember talking to a girl a couple weeks ago, and she showed me her photos that she did a show about a year ago. And she said, I know I would have done better if my life had not gone so crazy during prep.
Right.
And I'm thinking to and I didn't say anything to her, but I'm thinking to myself, doesn't it always go crazy when you do prep? Like, it's just like what happens when you're like, I'm going to do a big change in my life and I'm going to completely alter this thing and everything's going to just be perfect for the next 12 weeks. And then crap just hits the fan. You're like, what?
I know.
I think the universe does that. Like the moment you say, I'm going to do this big thing, and then the universe goes, awesome, let's just like throw you a bunch of lemons and see how you do.
Let's see what you're made of, baby. Let's see what you're really made of.
Tits up, baby. Tits
That's
up.
right.
Tits up. That is our newest tagline. We watched Bad Moms.
Yes, we did.
She watched it, I watched it, and they were like, tits up, girl, get those tits up.
That's right.
So how do you, I mean, you are a busy woman. You've gone through a lot, and you just went through a personal divorce, and in the middle of that, you said, I'm still going to do my show. You didn't just give up on that. I'm going through a breakup. So, I mean, can you speak to that at all?
Absolutely. I think my contest prep helped me stay focused while I was going through my personal situation. And it just gave me direction, and it gave me something to put my energy somewhere, because there's so much going on. And I also have children. So I'm doing, taking care of them, and meals and laundry and grocery and drop off and pick up and sporting events. And, just everything happens all at once. So it definitely gave me a place to put, I think, my energy into focus on, something that I wanted. And I just said to myself, no matter what, I'm getting on stage May 20th. And, I definitely had some hiccups along the way. There was, just some, people that came into my life that caused some stress and other things that were going on. But, I have a coach, and I remember him saying to me, look, because I had hit sort of a weight loss plateau and I couldn't get the scale to move. And he's like, look, every time you go through prep, you're fine. You're stress-free. You have great preps. He's like, I know stuff's going on. He's like, so you need to, whatever it is, kick it to the curb and get Happy Linda back and get your head in the right place. Mm-hmm. And I did. I took some stress out of my life that was there. And once I did that, it made it much easier, and the scale started to move, and I felt good, and I got back to my normal self. So it's really about trying to, I guess, find a place to sort of put whatever it is that's stressing you out. So whether it's,
so how family. That's really interesting. You said that. I'm going to ask you questions, because I'm over here going, awesome. How do you do that?
I know.
That's great. I mean, how did you do that? How did you go, hey, I'm just going to put my Happy Linda back on and move that scale? Because as you know, I was plateaued. In fact, I went back up for almost 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I'm down, but I honestly feel I'm down because I'm stressed in a weird way. Right. I'm down because I'm stressed, or I didn't eat a lot. So I just kind of stopped eating. I'm curious what's going to be in 48 hours when I do it again. So how do you do that? I mean, how do you do that mentally?
I think I just sort of, it's almost like, it's almost a mindset, or like an inner body experience. It's almost like you just sort of tell yourself, look, I have this goal. For me, it was May 20th, the New York Pro. I wanted to get on stage. And it was a testament to myself that I can manage just about anything. Like, I knew that I wanted to be on stage, and I was like, come hell or high water, I'm freaking doing this. And I think it just became a mindset. My workouts gave me that relaxing calmness. When I would go into the gym, I would just put everything aside and focus on my workouts. Yeah. Working with my clients, going to work every day. My clients are all such amazing people that it was almost like it took me out of what I was thinking. It got me to work, focusing on my clients, then going to the gym and focusing on me, and coming home and doing what I had to do here for my family, and then trying to get to bed at night and get good sleep, get my meals in, and get my workouts in, and just work my plan. And I'm not saying that, there were days when I would just sit down and be like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. But I would just tell myself, work your plan, work your plan, work your plan. And that's what I would do. And I would, just get up every day with that purpose. It's like, you lie in bed, you wake up, the alarm goes off at 5:30, and it's like time to do fasted cardio for 30 minutes. It's like, you know what? I love that expression, that which does not kill you, that which does not kill you makes you stronger. And it's like, you know what? I'm a champion. I'm getting up out of this bed. I'm getting down, and I'm going to get my cardio done, and I'm going to just get through my day, one foot in front of the other. And that's really just what you have to do. You have to tell yourself, one foot in front of the other, baby steps, and just take it one step at a time. Don't look into later today or tomorrow or next week, or, today is today. Let's just get through today. We'll go to bed. We get up tomorrow. We'll deal with what happens tomorrow, and we'll work our plan. Every day we're going to get up and work the plan. And that's that's what I did. I just worked to my plan. And I think it's a mindset. It really is. And you and I gravitate to each other because we're both strong women, and other women that are listening to this are also strong women. And it's almost like, God damn it, I'm doing this. I'm going to prove this to myself, to everybody else, and I'm badass. Freaking do this. And
I called you. What did I call? I called you. What did I call you? Monday.
Yeah.
And I think I was calling you. I called you pretty much in tears. I'm like, I'm doing this. Damn it.
Yeah, you did.
I was like in tears.
It's true because you know what? It just comes down to
it for me.
Yeah. It's like with every fiber of your being, whatever your goal is, it's like just make the damn plan and freaking work it. And all the extra BS that's going on around you, it's like, just let it kind of like circle, you know, like satellites circle the earth. Just let that shit circle, you know, and just work your plan.
It's
and
like
just don't let that.
It's just circling. It's just hanging out there. Just hanging
you know what?
Just right here.
I'm a firm believer in, I love this. This is another expression I love. And one of my clients always says this to me whenever I'm like stressed out, if I'm at work or whatever. She's like, trust the timing of your life. I love that.
Good.
Trust the timing of your life. Because I really believe that the universe just has a plan for us. And we have to sort of just say, look, whatever spiritualness you have, religion, whatever it is, it's like just know there's a higher power or there's something, energy that's just going to make things happen the way they're going to happen. So it's almost like you just have to repeat that in your head. Trust the timing of your life. Things are going to roll the way they're supposed to roll. It's just a matter of how we choose to deal with it. So we're going to be stressed out and lie on the sofa and eat Oreos and M&Ms and be like, oh, I feel awful and miserable. Or are we going to be like, look, I'm getting up. I'm going to look it straight in the eye. I'm going to take it head on and I'm going to get it done. And that's just how I choose to handle stuff. It's like, let's just look it head on. Let's look it head on and just take it on. Let's take it on. Come on. What do you got?
Tits
Let's go.
Tits up, girl. Tits up.
And I'm not going to say you're not going to have moments when you're going to cry or feel sad or bad or whatever. And that's cool. You can totally do that. It's just a matter of how long do you stay in that space for?
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know,
I mean, I'm going through that right now. I mean, I'm dealing with the emotions and letting go and all these different things. And when I called you I think it was like 2 weeks ago and just total tears, but you're so awesome. I had just done like a cardio class. Right? Because it was like a 5:30 on a Friday. I just dealt with a bunch of drama and I was near the class and I just like walked in. It was 5:30 and it was like a hardcore, like running crazy class. And I'm like sitting there. I remember like I'm on the treadmill and they have big mirrors in front of the treadmills. And I'm like crying. Like,
running,
it's like
crying.
all coming out, you know, these two guys next to me. I'm like,
they're like, wow, she's working hard. She's crying.
You know, these guys are like, psycho girl right here. I'm like, you know, but I needed to come out because I dealt with so much cerebral stuff that day with lawyers and all kinds of crazy stuff that it was in my body. Like it was all this emotion in my body. And so when I started to let it out and sweat and just, and then I talked to you and I let it out more and it just helped me release it. And then I just teared out like, okay, we can do this. I can do this, move on. And I think that's interesting. I've had some friends of mine say, well, you should just go hang out, watch movies and eat bonbons. I'm like, no,
that would be bad. Because then you're going to feel bad about yourself. You're going to be like, oh, I feel terrible. Now I feel fat. And what do I put on weight? Right, and it's like, I think
I'm going through a breakup. No one's going to love me. Like it's all that's already coming up. Like I don't have to like add to that. So
like take a boxing class or something. You know what I mean? Like just do something that's going to let you like release that energy because
boxing class is actually good. There's one near me. I should totally go do that.
It's a great workout. And it's just a good way to get to just alleviate stress. All that stuff. And rest is key. Like go to bed, get as much rest as you can at night. Like go to bed, get a good night's sleep. Because you know what? When you wake up well rested, it's like you can deal with anything. You really can't. I mean, when you're tired and dragging your ass and you feel like the world is like on top of you, that's when you're going to feel pretty lousy. But if you go to bed, you can get some good rest and wake up in the morning and be like, all right, let's go.
Let's do this.
You know, the rest is also a key.
And having amazing friends like you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Been very awesome.
I've been trying to give you the, come on, let's go.
Come on, you can do this.
Suck it up.
Julie, like a Julie and Matthews, suck it up, girl.
I know.
You gotta do this.
Get up. Stop crying.
Get up. And our newest thing is Tits Up. Do you ever see this movie, Bad Moms? There's a like a scene in there at the very end when she's like all weary and she's on the couch and she's like, oh, and her friends come over and it's like, tits up, girl, get your tits up. Let's do this.
Yep. And that's exactly it. You can either choose to lie there and sulk and feel miserable, or get your ass up and and just get it and just, look it straight on in the eye and just take it.
I was in the gym today. I'm like,
yep,
did
absolutely.
My little cardio. So I did my cardio. I got my little stencher on, and I'm out with all the boys because it's a Saturday. Like, who works out on a Saturday? Right? So there was all kinds of weird people there, but I had a good time, and I felt good because it's one of the few times I worked out by myself for myself. And that sounds really odd, but just to let you know, the ex, we worked out together, and it was kind of a thing we did together. It was like our time together. It was intimate, right? So now I'm like going to the gym by myself. I'm going to kind of a different gym. I'm choosing new workouts with Linda's giving me new workouts, which has actually been really good for me.
Good.
And I'm trying different things. I'm trying them by myself. It's really the first time ever in the history of my working out ever that I'm working with a trainer, virtual, and trying new things that are going to fit my body. I've never done that. I worked the workout that my ex told me to do for 3 years. And so this is my first time. Everything I'm doing with Linda and this whole process is for me.
Correct.
It's selfish and it feels good. And, anyone who's out there saying selfish is actually being an adult, and being selfish is actually a gift. It's a gift you give yourself. You have to take care of yourself. That's why when you fly on the airline, they say, please put over your head first before you help a child. There's a reason for that, because you have to help yourself before you handle children or people or whomever that is. So you got to take care of yourself. And that's what I'm doing. And this is really the first, I don't know if you know that. This is the first time I'm going to the gym by myself with a workout by myself that's designed for me. Right. Everything I'm doing is just for me. And that's very new for me. That's very new experience. And it feels really good, So,
it's empowering. It can be a little nerve-wracking at first too, but it's empowering. And if there are trainers around that are there, you can always ask people, how to, what's this move or what's that move or what could I do for this or that? But exactly. So I've tried to give you workouts that are going to definitely target areas that we want to target for what we're trying to accomplish.
My butt. It's all about the butt.
And you're going to feel great. I mean, you're going to feel empowered when you walk out of there. You're going to feel great. Your endorphins are going to be flowing. Those positive hormones are going to make you feel good. Like, I'm doing this. I'm a one-woman show and I'm getting it done.
Mm-hmm. I just got back from the gym. So that's why I feel so good right now. I'm like, yay. I've had a good day. So a couple things. Let's see. I have my little list here. New diet change. So you changed my diet. I just want to talk about that. I'm going to open it up here. Okay, great. So things that you changed. Looks like you changed. I'm trying to think of. That's on that. Okay, got it. It looks like what you've changed with me
I can pull it up too.
Is like the same food. Like in the morning, I'm doing 45 minutes cardio. So you up my cardio in the morning.
Cardio. Yep.
Before meal.
Right.
And then I'm going to start taking the fat burner this week.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Before, I'm going to do it right when I wake up. Is that?
And we're using the Panther Sports Nutrition.
Yep.
The ECA stack. Great.
Yep. One.
Good. Little shut up. We're going to start with 1 and 1 to see how you feel. One in the morning, one in the morning, and then 1 early afternoon.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go 1 and 1, see how you feel. If you're okay with that, after a few days, we'll go 2 and 2 and see how that works.
Okay.
Okay. But we'll give a little shout out to Panther. A little shout out to Panther Sports Nutrition, Jason. So.
Yeah, go ahead and say it again.
Panther Sports Nutrition, and Jason Hibb is the CEO of that company. So that's a great.
I've taken it already one day, and I have to say that so far, it didn't give me jitters. I've had other ones I've taken that give me all kinds of weird.
This one should not. I've used it also. So
jacked up jitters. So this is a good one. So that's the first thing. I'm moving my cardio from I think it was 20, 30. Now it's 45 in the morning.
Okay.
That's one change. The second change, you cut down my eggs.
I cut your eggs
a little bit.
Take fruit out.
Yep. Half a cup of whites.
Okay.
1 whole egg through 4 cups. I was at like a cup total. It's okay.
Okay.
1/4 a cup of oats and a half a tablespoon of almond butter.
Correct.
That's meal 1. Meal 2, 4 ounces of chicken or shrimp. Can I do meat? Can I do turkey?
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right. Yep. Poultry, chicken, turkey. It's fine.
Because what I do, ladies, I just take all this ground turkey and I just grill it. Like I sear it in the pan.
Just measure it out.
Yeah. And then I put it in a big Tupperware. I put it in the refrigerator. And then when it's time to eat, I take a bowl, I put some in, I measure it 4 ounces or whatever she says right now it's 4 ounces. And then I dump a bunch of broccoli or green beans in it. And that's it. That's how I do it.
Good. Excellent.
1 teaspoon of coconut oil and a dash of sea salt. So what's going on there? What are you doing with that? That's interesting.
You can use sea salt. I definitely want you to salt your food because as we get closer, once we get to like a few days out from the show that we ultimately decide, as we go along, we watch your progress. Then I think we decided that we'll sort of pick a show. We have one in mind, but we're going to sort of work towards the date and see how it goes. But salting your food is just, it'll make you feel good. It'll make you, as we start to cut calories and move things around, like salting your food and keeping some fats in there will make you feel happy without the carbohydrate. And then as we get closer to show day, we'll mess around with the salt. Like you'll pull the salt out, which sort of dries you up and makes you sort of almost like shrink up a little. So
it's interesting. It's not natural for me to salt my food.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't for me either, but you'll start to like really
salt. So it's interesting. I have to like consciously go, oh, I'm supposed to salt my food.
Yeah. So you can use sea salt. You can use low sodium salsas. Like Trader Joe's makes a great low sodium fire roasted salsa. You can use mustard. You can use hot sauce. Like you can use all that stuff. So
hot sauce. I can use that.
Yep. You can use hot sauce. You can use. I love using Dijon mustard. I put it on almost everything.
Is that part of the salt, or do I salt that?
Yep. You can use that.
But Dijon mustard, and that's like salting it.
Yeah, and you can use a little bit of sea salt too if you want to. So I've done both.
Oh,
but you can definitely use seasonings, use hot sauce, use mustard, use. I know some competitors will use a little bit. Will put some pickles sometimes in their salad. That's that's salt right there. Just read the ingredients because some pickles have high fructose corn syrup in the. So if you buy them, maybe go to Trader Joe's or go to Whole Foods or something if you want to use some pickles. But yeah, stuff like that. Yep. So stuff like that you can use, and then like I love to make a salad and then put like 4 ounces of grass-fed beef on it.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of mustard on it, and maybe throw like a little bit of relish on it or something like pickles, and it feels like a burger without the bun. That's all.
Oh my God, I'm so gonna try that.
Stuff like pickles. That. So feel free to experiment with seasonings and hot sauces, and if you get on the mustard aisle, they have like chipotle flavored mustards and. I have like lots of different sriracha mustard. They have lots of different stuff. So you can.
I didn't know that I was allowed to do that.
Make your food interesting.
To brand myself out, expand myself.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So you can use all that stuff, and then
I really don't go down the. I'm not a dressing girl.
The condiment aisle.
Yeah, I'm not a condiment aisle girl. I'm the person that I was taught a long time ago to stay the perimeter,
right,
and never go in. So I'm like, I just don't go in. So,
but when your carbs are low, like when we're doing, and we have such low carbohydrate in our diet, it's like when you add that stuff in, it just gives food flavor and makes you feel happy and good and all that stuff.
Happy and good is good.
And balsamic vinegar you can use on your salad if you want to.
That I use a lot.
Yep.
Like
stuff like that. Yep. That's all fine to use.
Okay. So a couple things, that's my meal too. Now, when I work out, which is usually the middle of the day, and I was going to ask you about this. This is me asking you. So there's a couple things lately, because I used to have a very consistent workout in the middle of the day, but now since the breakout, it's changing. I don't know what to do. I might have to do evening. I'm trying to stay in the middle of the day, but the reason I'm trying to do that, but I might try to figure out in the gym because like I don't want to, run into him, and I'm not ready for that yet. Maybe in the future I'll be ready for that. I'm not ready.
Right.
For that. So, I'm trying to figure that out. So one, can I do this post-workout meal in the evening?
Yes.
So, yes. Okay. And then the next question I have on that, I'll tell you what you gave me. 1 scoop of protein powder with water, 1 piece of Ezekiel bread, and a half of tablespoon. Is that teaspoon or tablespoon of peanut almond butter?
A half a tablespoon. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Question. So
Yes.
on the protein powder, so on the servings of the protein powder, like the serving, one serving is 2 scoops.
The one that you're using?
Yes.
Okay.
So right now I've been doing 2 scoops because that's a serving.
Right. Do you know how much? Yeah.
I can get it for you.
Or if you want to read the label, you can just zip me a picture of it and we'll look at it. I'll look at it.
Okay. So I saw 1 scoop protein. I'm like, well, maybe she means to, I'll get it to you because I wasn't sure if.
And we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Okay. There's that. So I can do that at night. I can do that one at night if needed.
Yes.
All right. 4 ounces, meal 4 ounce chicken with veggie and a half a cup of rice or 4 ounce of sweet potato. I like sweet potatoes over that.
That's yummy.
And then 4 ounces of grass-fed beef or 4 ounces of salmon. Now let's talk about your bell pepper stir fry with onions, tomato, and spinach, nonstick spray, sea salt, and seasonings preferred. Like what? You've told me this before, but like I don't get it. What do you do? So
I just get my skillet out. Okay. I spray it with a little organic, nonstick spray, and then I slice up, red, yellow, green bell pepper. I put that in the skillet, raw, and then I slice up some onion. I slice up some grape tomatoes. Throw it all in the skillet. Turn on the heat, and I flip it around till it starts to cook and almost caramelize a little bit because I like it like that. And then I'll throw my, I'll have my meat or my fish already cooked, and I'll either warm it up or I'll just throw it in. Once the vegetables are cooked, I'll throw it in there, just the protein in there to just warm it up again. Because I'll do it with shrimp, I'll do it with chicken, I'll do it with everything. Then flip it around until it's all nice and hot. I put it in a bowl. Sometimes I put it over lettuce because if I feel like I want a little bit more, you can always. I was talking about this today at a nutrition seminar I gave. It's like you can throw anything on top of lettuce because lettuce is like nothing. So like you can make an omelet and I throw it on top of lettuce. You can dump this over lettuce or even over spinach. And then I'll add some mustard, some spicy chipotle mustard and a little sea salt, and I'll sit down and eat it. And it's really, really good. And it's filling. It's satisfying. You feel happy. It's super easy. I mean, I throw raw broccoli in the skillet and just flip it around till it like kind of, crunches up a little bit. I mean, you can really do it with any vegetable. Okay. I love to just like brown stuff up. I just love that kind of browning, kind of crunchy. So I'll do that. And then sometimes I'll put stuff over lettuce because I feel like sometimes I want more.
You want more. Hungry. Yeah. But that doesn't feel like you're not adding really calories. You're just adding. No,
because it's just, it's just lettuce.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. That's great. So I love that. Super simple.
So feel free to like experiment with vegetables and salads and lettuce and seasonings and, condiments and stuff like that. Just read your labels and, and know what's in it first. That's all. Because some stuff they do put hidden sugars. Like you wouldn't want to use a honey mustard because it's got sugar in it. So if you read the ingredients, you'll see that. But like a Grey Poupon or a Dijon or
they don't have sugar.
Something like that. Yeah, it's just mustard. It's like, what is it, like 20 calories, maybe in a tablespoon or something, 5, 10. It's very low. So
okay. Okay, cool. All right. So there's that. That's my new workout. That's not workout. That's my new diet, everyone. And adding 45 minutes of cardio. And then I'm working out now 6 days a week with the workouts. Question on the workout. And that is, I'm going to ask you this. So on you added, I'm looking it up and I'll tell you, you added core, the core.
Yeah. Yep.
And you added planks for 1 minute, hanging knee ups and regular full sit-ups off a decline bench. But you didn't say how many. And how many times?
So what I usually will do is I'll throw abs in sometimes in between stuff. So I don't really have an abs day, I mean, if I'm in the gym and I'm doing shoulders and, I'll hop on the either in the machine or I'll get in the cuffs and do some hanging knee ups in between sets. Okay. And then maybe I'll do 12 to 15 reps. So like I'll do like lying leg curls and I'll hop up and do like 12 to 15 reps of hanging knee ups. And I'll do that after each set of lying leg curls. And then maybe if I'm sitting on the seated leg curl machine, then I'll hop on a bench and I'll just do some I'll just do some crunches. And at the end, if you want, you can do a couple planks if you want to. If that strikes, if you want to do that. The thing is, what you don't want to do is add any thickness to your waist. So you don't want to do any twisting ab movements, any, oblique stuff. We don't want to make your obliques thicker, bigger, because it's going to make your waist look blockier. So we want to just stay with straight sit-ups, knee-ups, just simple, easy abdominal stuff. That's it. So
okay, that's
just straight on abs, no twisting.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start doing it in between.
Yeah,
I like doing two things.
I just throw them in there when the mood strikes me. I don't get crazy about doing tons of ab work because as you lean out, I mean, you'll see your abs, but I do some abdominal work. So
interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, great. And then I had a question on something. Let me open it up. It's way too small. I have one more question and we'll wrap it up. Okay. Quads, 4 sets of hip. Okay. I was surprised you had hip abductors and hip abductors and hip adductors. I was surprised
abduction and adduction and abduction. Yep.
Yeah. I was surprised you had that. I was told they make your thighs big. I don't want that.
No. I love abduction. You sit in the machine and push out.
Yeah.
And that hits the sides of your glutes. So what that'll do is that'll build that nice roundness on the side of your glutes. So when you turn into your side pose, now you got that nice roundness to the side of your glutes. So that's what the judges will see on the side. And I've done that and it works great. It really does build that nice roundness on the side. So you'll do other glute work like barbell hip thrusts and kickbacks and deadlifts and good mornings and things like that to help build your glutes and your hamstring tie-in. But then when you get on the abduction machine, that outward movement will build the roundness to the sides of your glutes. You can also do it with cables. But for now, we'll stick to the machine because it works really well. So, but yeah, you definitely want to, that's a great machine. That's a great, and
so
you can superset that too.
Me, on a quad day, a hamstring day, and a glute day.
Correct.
So on quad day, I'm doing 4 sets of hip adductor and then 4 sets of hip abductor.
Right.
But then on glute day, I'm doing hip abduction as well. It just says hip abduction, but I don't know what you want to do there. It just says hip abduction. Doesn't say anything.
Yeah. You do the same thing. 4 sets of like 12 to 15 reps.
On the same machine?
Yep. On the same machine.
Oh, so twice a week?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically what I like to do is you do a quad day with quads and some glutes. You do a glute day with just glutes, and then you'll do a hamstring day with also glutes. So you get your glutes 3 times a week.
Oh.
Which is good. I mean, it's,
So
I'll work my glutes 3 times a week. It's just because,
your ass all the time.
literally working my ass off.
Okay, like seriously. Okay, so I'm going to go through the glute day because it's confusing for me. So number 1, cable kickbacks.
Yes.
I've seen it done.
Mm-hmm.
So you're holding onto the machine and just like straight back.
Yes. So you'll put the ankle strap on with the hook.
Okay.
Go to the cable machine, drop the pulley all the way down, clip yourself in. You can do it one of 2 ways. One, you can hold on and then you just raise that one leg's on the floor, obviously the one you're pushing back.
Pushing straight back.
Yep. You can also kneel on a bench, put one leg and kneel on a bench and kick back with the other leg. You can do it that way too.
Okay.
And if you're not sure about it, I can find like a tutorial so you can see how it's performed.
Okay, so it's straight back though, like you're not going to the side. It's like straight back.
You're just lifting that leg straight back because you're just lifting up that glute muscle. And then there are machines where you can get in the machine where you put your foot on it. I think it's called like a butt blaster, and you can push up. Very similar movement also.
Okay.
It's nice. It's good to just switch stuff up. So you could do it in the machine one time. You could do the cables one time. You can also get on the floor and put ankle weights on, like an old school, like Jane Fonda, get on all 4s, ankle weights on one leg, you're on one bent knee and the other leg is there and you're just pushing up.
I totally know that Jane Fonda.
If you remember those movements, I'll tell you though, I have girls in my classes doing that and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm telling you what, the old school tried and true stuff still works today, So
go Jane Fonda. Go.
It really, yeah.
I mean, I remember that. The butt blaster.
Yeah, it works. I mean, it's old school. It's been around forever, but it works.
That's funny. Okay, and the next one you have down is butt blaster machine.
Yep, same thing.
So I think I have one of those. My gym might have to look.
Probably. It probably does.
And then reverse hyperextensions.
Yes.
It just says, so what's that?
Oh, yes. All right, so that's a machine. Not every gym has it. Like my Powerhouse gym in New Haven that I use has one. My Equinox gym here in Darien does not have one, but you can improvise.
Okay.
So a reverse hyperextension, you get up on a platform, you're lying face down, you hold on, your feet hook underneath roller pads and you lift your legs straight up in the back.
We don't have that. I know what you're talking about. The old gym I had that. That's really awesome. Another
way to do it, 2 ways you can do it. On a stability ball, get on it face down, roll out a little bit so that your hands are on the floor and you can stabilize yourself with your abdominals on the stability ball, and you can raise your legs up and up and up. I can send you a link if you need to see it.
Yeah.
Other way is get on a flat bench so that your torso is on the flat bench. Hold onto it. Same thing. Drop your legs down and lift them up. Drop down, lift up. Drop down, lift up. You can do them that way too.
Okay. Yeah, there was actually a gym I was at years ago. They had it. Those were awesome.
Yeah, so that'll work too. And you can put like 5-pound ankle weights on if you want to, or 3-pound ankle weights. And then just be careful not to hyperextend your back. Like just bring your legs up so you feel it in your glutes, and then drop down.
What's hip thrusters?
So that's another great exercise for glutes. Barbell hip thrusts. You can use like the pre-made bars if you want to already. Yeah. Like grab one off the rack. Start with maybe like 30 or 40 pounds. I'll send you a link so you can see it. You put your head and shoulders, or your back is on a bench, and your feet are off the bench. They're on the floor. You put the barbell across your hips, and you drop your hips down, and you lift up and squeeze.
Okay.
So for anybody that's listening, you can Google barbell hip thrusts, and you'll see how it's performed. But it's a great way to drop your glutes down, lift up, squeeze. It's a great way to build glutes. I've done a lot of those in my off season. It's really made a huge difference. And then as you get more proficient at it and you feel comfortable, just go heavier and heavier. If the pre-made bars aren't enough, you can use a Smith machine. I use a barbell. I load up the barbell and I do it right off the floor.
So I was told at one point that, I know what you're talking about, that those for women are bad.
No, they're great.
That they make your hips bigger.
Nope. Just make your glutes nice and high and tight and round and firm. And it's a great exercise.
Oh, I should have.
You can also look up, I'll send you the name, but there's a YouTube guy that you can watch called Brett Contreras. I think he's called like the glute doctor, but he goes through the whole thing about barbell hip thrusts. He's like, it's like the best exercise to do for your glutes. So,
oh my gosh, so I wish I've been doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Okay, the last one is leaning rope pull-throughs.
Yes. Okay, so you go to the cable machine, you get the rope, like you would do tricep pull-downs with.
Yeah.
Drop the cable all the way down, clip the rope to the hook, right? Step through it. Then you're gonna walk out. You're gonna hold the rope between your legs and walk out a little bit. And then you're gonna perform like a deadlift movement. So you're not gonna pull the rope, but you're gonna push your hips back like you're gonna deadlift, and then pull your hips in. So you're gonna fall forward like you're deadlifting, and then come all the way back up, squeeze your glutes. But the whole time you're holding the rope. So it's like you're pulling the weight with your hips and going back. They're called rope pull-throughs. Another great glute exercise.
Now, your legs are straight, or your legs bent?
Your knees are soft. Like you would perform a stiff leg deadlift. So your knees are soft.
Yeah.
So you can get the motion where you can get a good range of motion coming forward. And then as you come up, pull your hips in and squeeze. So it's like doing either like a kettlebell swing, a deadlift. It's that hip. It's hinging at the hips, pushing through your glutes, and then pulling in. So it's another way to do, another glute hamstring tie-in kind of exercise, which is really super key in, bikini and figure. I mean, all of them really. I mean, everybody wants to have that nice high glute that goes right into your hamstring. So that glute ham tie-in.
There was a girl. So when we were at the Arnold, we were at the bikini show, and I noticed that the bikini girls have that on their butt. They what do you call it? It's like it's like the heart. I call it the heart butt. There's this thing. There's a muscle, and what is that?
That's their glute hamstring tie-in. So where your glutes and your hamstrings meet. So and that's what we're working.
Okay.
So we're not only trying to build roundness on the side and on the top, but you're also trying to hit that right where your butt cheek hits the back of your leg.
Yeah.
That's your glute ham tie-in. That's so when you turn to the back, whether you're figure and you're doing your back pose or your bikini, and they lean forward a little bit more and they push through it, that's what you see, that connection right there from the glutes to the hamstrings.
Okay. That's very hot, by the way.
It is. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I was noticing that at I almost saw bikini show. These girls are pros, so you could see, like, I'm so apparent, and then other girls who just, at other shows who just obviously aren't pros yet, it's not there, yet. And I was like, how do they do that? How'd they do that?
It's all through like leaning out, the leaner you are, the more you'll see it. But you know what, even, and a lot of them are young too, so you really see it because it's more pronounced. But, for me at 49 years old, turning 50 next year, it's training my entire body, but really working my hamstrings and my glutes. I mean, it's really made a huge difference in just keeping that posterior area high, tight, firm, and not, it's, who doesn't want to have a great butt? Like, I think you said it to me, people don't remember how you walked in, but they always remember how you leave. Right. So, and I tell my clients that now. I'm like, how do you want people to see you when you walk out? What do you want them to see? High, tight glutes, right? So I'm like, work it harder. But it's true. When you wear your clothes and all that stuff, it really just shows through. And I've really been training in the off season and even in my on season, but doing lots of barbell hip thrusts. I mean, that is like one of my favorite. That and good mornings are like my two favorite exercises.
What's a good morning? So, you said that already. What's a good morning?
A good morning is a back weighted deadlift. So for those of you that know what a barbell deadlift is, a good morning is you have a barbell on your back and you're doing the same deadlift movement where you fall forward. Same thing. You're hinging at the hips. Your knees are soft, but you're coming forward. So now the weight is just in a different place. It's on your shoulders versus holding it down below beneath your knees when you're doing a deadlift or barbell. Or
and then, so where does that get? That gets the glute or the
same
butt?
Thing. Glutes and hamstring tie-in. Yep. Right. It works that whole glutes. And
you don't have good mornings on my little list here.
All right. We'll get them on there.
Is that glute day?
Write it in.
Write it in.
You can do it on hamstring day. You can do it on. And then as we go forward, we'll introduce bands. There's lots of cool stuff. You can put bands around your thighs while you're doing good mornings and barbell hip thrusts, which make it even harder, and tension. And so there's a lot of cool stuff that we'll add as we move forward. So that I've done myself that work really, really well. So it's really fun.
That's glute day.
It's fun to manipulate your body and learn different ways to do the same exercises, but you do them in a different way. So you use, you put a really tight band around your thighs, go a little bit lighter, and it's amazing the burn and what you'll get from the tension. So
I'm hoping that my body's changing. I need to do some before and afters. I know I need to do that right this week.
Yeah, we'll do some pictures and we'll see on Monday when you weigh yourself, we'll see where you're at, and then we'll
take some pictures. Yeah. Before and afters. So, I mean, I've never done something that's so publicly going, I'm 150 pounds right now. It's like, oh my God, you don't tell anybody that. It's like saying your net worth.
I know. It's true because it's private. It's very private. But
my net worth is X, or it's my credit score. It feels very raw saying it.
I know.
Men don't care. Look, I'm 220.
I know. Exactly.
Women
I'm bulking
are like,
up. I'm bulking up. I'm going to eat a whole pizza. All right, great.
Women are like,
I wouldn't even do that in my off season.
I'm 115, bitch. What are you talking about? Or winch. So
I know.
And I'm over here going, I'm 153. I've never in my life even weighed myself this much. I can't stand it. Drives me.
I know, but it's just the one way to track the progress.
I know. And it's good because there's so much stress, but I'm actually learning in my business. Actually, it's related to my business. I'm learning in my business. I'm noticing that I haven't really been what I call completely related to my numbers in my business. And now going through what I'm going through currently with the breakup, and then also with this, I'm starting to realize, I think this is a sign for me to get really related to my numbers. Do the math, right?
It definitely spills over into every part of your life. It makes you, I think when you're so regimented about eating and training and cardio and just shopping, and I think it just makes you more efficient at stuff, because I'm off prep now, but I'm still like living. That's just my lifestyle. I still eat my prep food. I still eat 5 times a day, eat a little bit more. Maybe I sneak a couple little things in here that I wouldn't normally do during prep, but I'm like, I know how I want to look. So it's just, you just stay regimented, and then it just carries over into other parts of your life. So
yeah, it's definitely, that's what's helped me is the math. Cause I get up in the morning on Monday and I'm like, walk downstairs and I just like, but I know that you're going to ask me the number. So I strip naked and I'm like, what's my number? And I text it to you, and then I try to like let it go. Like, but it does feel very vulnerable like, what's your net worth? We don't walk around with numbers on our head. Imagine everyone walking around going, I'm this amount of weight and this is my net worth and my credit score is this. I mean, imagine if you just walked around like that all the time.
I know.
People would get really related to their numbers, right? They would be like, oh my God, my credit score is 500. I should probably do something about that, right? Or my net worth is -10. It's like, I probably should do something about that. So, and if someone said, hey, your weight so-and-so is 360 pounds, you should probably do something about that. So if you go to the doctor once a year and that's the only time you weigh yourself, you should probably reconsider that number.
Right.
So reconsider that. Okay, great. So I wanted to wrap it up. HeatherHavenwood.com. You can check me out. You can also check out Linda at Linda M. Stevens with a PHENS.com and check her out and what she's doing, what she's creating. I want to shout out to Rob Fletcher of the Arnold TV. We're going to be doing an article in his magazine. As Linda and I, we're going to be doing that, and that's going to be out in his magazine here soon. I'm not sure when that's coming out. Fairly soon, anyway.
I think so. Yeah, we've got to get him some stuff soon, so we'll work on that tomorrow.
Yeah, the Arnold. So this is Sexy Boss Slimdown. Check us out at sexybossslimdown.com. Feel free to email me and Linda. I'm going to give you my email first. It's Heather at sexybossinc.com. Heather at sexybossinc.com. Feel free to reach out to me and ask me questions. And then Linda, what's your email if you want to share it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My email it's Linda, IFBB@gmail.com.
Perfect. All right. So reach out to her. And all right, everyone, this is Heather Havenwood and Linda M. Stevens with Sexy Boss Slimdown.
See ya. Tits up.
Thank you for listening to Sexy Boss Slimdown. I'm your host, Heather Havenwood. You can find more about me at heatherhavenwood.com. Also, our master nutritionist is Linda M. Stevens. You can find more about her at figurefitnesstraining.com. All of this is brought to you by our sponsor, e2lab.com. Detox your body, rebalance your life. e2lab.com. Thanks for listening. This is Sexy Boss Slimdown.